Hello guys, and welcome to Immortal Conquest, a multiplayer strategy game for the iOS and the Android mobile devices. Now, I'm playing on the Art of War server, which opened recently on 21st October. The developers of the game, guys, are having an event in which there are two alliances, veterans and nerds. The winners will get to choose to which charity will $15,000 be donated. Myself, I joined the Veterans Alliance, and I gotta fight the nerds. At the moment, guys, I am occupied by the nerds, but in the future, hopefully, I will make progress and I will riot and I will attack the nerds myself. Anyway, the veterans and the nerds faction alliances had different ranking over the time, as you can see in the screenshots that I am showing you. So what has N in front is pretty much the nerd faction, the nerd alliance, and what has V or vet in it, it's pretty much the veterans. Right now the nerds are on the first place, the veterans on the second, the nerds again on the third place, and there are other nerds and veteran factions below that. A lot of players joined this campaign, and as I said, the veteran faction used to fall behind at the beginning. The main alliance ranking only third, while the nerd main alliance and the N-Erd, which is now in the first place, was number 2, and then took again number 1. And right now, veteran uses a pretty good diplomacy strategy, which is taking apart the nerd faction, making one nerd alliance to join their team. So when it comes about attacking another land or another city, your army has a marching time which cannot be speeded up. If it takes your units 1 hour to get to destination, you cannot do anything to speed up that. It takes 1 hour and that's it. That's the distance between your city and your enemy city. But there are some adjustments you can make, but of course those will inflict your potential to victory. For example, guys, if you use cavalry compared with infantry, cavalry is much faster because your soldiers are on horses, but your infantry is on foot. Therefore, your infantry is going to be much slower than your cavalry. But still, other than that, you cannot do anything else. I'm going to tell you in a few minutes the difference between using infantry in battle and using cavalry, the difference between the units, what are their ups, what are their downs, and so on. In the meantime, allow me to show you some reports. This is me attacking Andrew right now, my neighbor. I would have loved to attack somebody from the Nerd Alliance, but sadly I am under their occupation. I cannot attack them. That's just it. Andrew, on the other hand, is right next to me, so I attacked him, of course. I can show you some really big battles, bigger battles. For example, this guy attacked a level 4 land. So let's replay this. I want you to see how big the battles can get. there are around 6,400 archers, guys, and cavalry is attacking the archers. So, who would you say would win? Huh? Well, think about it. I mean, you would say that cavalry is good against archers. Archers are good against infantry. Yeah. It's not that. It's not that way. Archers are actually good against infantry. Are good against cavalry, and cavalry is good against infantry, and infantry is good against archers. That's the triangle of home. Of course, we will talk more about that in a few minutes. The attacker is losing a lot of troops. My allied is the defender from the V Vikings, the veterans. That's the alliance I am part of. We can also speed up the replay of the battle. And it's a victory, guys. It's a victory. When it comes about Gairos, guys, I get one every day, just for free. But there's also another way to get Gairo, and that is by going to the black market. Of course, you get that after building a market and purchasing cards. Now, I prefer not to spend anything else but gold on cards, because I have plenty of gold. I only use it for this, so it would be a shame to waste any other resources which I could use for building constructions instead of, you know. Alright. There are different types of gyros, and let's go and check out what I have. Right now, these gyros are deployed in my armies. Agamemnon, Iapetus, and Helios are part of the same army. They are my main army. Cavalry, all of them. They are fast, reliable, and of course, always victorious. Yeah, because I take the advice when the game tells me that it's dangerous to attack that land. So I only attack what I can. Anyway, there are 5 different types of gyros, and the first type is Olympus. These are the Olympian gyros I have. Ajax, Asclepius, Bia, Atlanta. Egyptian gyros, Celtic gyros, I have only one, Nordic gyros, and Titans. If you noticed, my main army consists of Titan, Helios, and that's pretty much it. And aside from this, guys, I have one special gyro, the Priest, which takes 10 slots in my army. I need to have the government hall upgraded, fully upgraded, and then some extra upgrades in order to be able to use it. Takes so much space. Yeah, these are my gyros pretty much. Now these gyros that I have, they have different skills. Let me show you. My main army of gyros. Agamemnon. He has the power of the king skill and the attack up level skill. Helios, Blazing Sun and Star Wrath. Iapetus, Drive Away and Assault. I can dismantle these skills and add them to another Gairo or replace them with other skills. And if you noticed, guys, there is an advanced learn. Basically, I have a third slot for Gairo skills. When this Gairo reaches level 20, which it did, and when his initial skill reaches level 10, the drive away skill, I can get the third skill. Until then, I gotta get more experience. Now, to get more experience, guys, for Helios, for example, for his Blazing Sun skill, I'm gonna go to Blazing Sun, and I'm gonna go on that plus. Now, I can dismantle Gairos for skill. Let's take, for example, what I have twice. Ajax. I'm gonna keep the other guys. And whatever is level 1, level 8, level 5. I'm gonna dismantle these Gairos. Okay, that Gairo is locked. Let's deploy Percy's. No. Those are deployed. Either lock, either deployed. Okay, I'm gonna use whatever I've got. I'm not fond of these Gairos. Okay, now I have two options, guys. I can pay in gold or in gems. If I pay gems, I get double experience. So I'm gonna go with that. Bam. Alright. Now, I still don't have enough experience for the Blazing Sun skill, but I have for the Star Wrath. So I'm gonna make an upgrade to this one. And now the skill is at level 4. Now, guys, myself, I prefer skills that are very offensive, that deal damage, because the best defense is a good offense. So that's my motto. That's guiding me through this game. You better attack first, then defend. There are 3 types of units in Immortal Conquest. One is cavalry, another one is infantry, and the third one is archers. Now, every unit type has different attributes which makes it better than the other one. For example, let's start with the cavalry, and we have Asteria here. Asteria, guys, has very good speed, 100, but it's really poor at siege. Basically, cavalry units are not that good at siege, but they are fast, and they are very good against infantry. Now, if we move on to the infantry, Kronos is an infantry Gairo. You will notice that the speed of Kronos is twice worse compared with the speed of the cavalry Gairo. So infantry is not that fast. That's the bad thing about infantry. But when it comes to sieging, infantry is the key to success. The cavalry only has 6 points for the siege, while Kronos, the infantry Gairo, has 46, guys. That's a lot. And now, moving on to Thea, the archer Gairo. It has half of the speed, so the generally lower attribute of the archers is the speed, while their higher attributes are varied. They're pretty good at sieging, and they're pretty good against pretty much anything. Okay? They are in the middle. They are not too good at something and not too bad at anything. They are pretty much average at everything. And the triangle of the units, guys, who beats who? The rock, paper, scissors. For example, cavalry beats infantry, infantry beats archers, and archers beats cavalry. So when you go to battle and you fight cavalry, make sure you have a bunch of archers. When you go to battle and you fight infantry, make sure you have a bunch of cavalry. But when you go to battle and you fight archers, make sure you have a bunch of infantry. When it comes to using the cavalry, the infantry, or the archers, what is the battle formation that I prefer, guys? Well, as I said, my main army consists only of cavalry units. Why? It's simple. They are reliable. Pretty much, I'm using them to conquer different lands around here, around me. And the enemy mostly uses infantry, and of course some archers, but that's we can't neglect that. And they're really fast. If I send them, they're gonna be at destination in a few minutes. But if I would send, for example, infantry or archers, it would take them twice or 3 times the time to get there compared with the cavalry. So the speed is the main reason I'm having my main army focused around cavalry. Of course, I want to have my second army a bit more diversified: infantry, cavalry, archers. That's because sometimes, you know, using a different type of units is better. As I said previously, cavalry beats infantry, infantry beats archers, and archers beat cavalry. If you have infantry and archers and you fight against archers and cavalry, you pretty much have what you need to counter them, to counter your enemy. But for now, I just keep it simple. I have my main army consisting only of cavalry, and my second army, which has all 3. I'd like to keep the archers behind, as any tactician genius knows that archers must stay behind. They are the support on the field of battle. You fight with a sword and they will kill the enemies behind the enemies you fight with a sword. The game can be basically won with the mind and the heart. The competition between real players make the game very complex. Players can see what's happening in real time in the game. When armies are moving, stuff like that. Look, I'm just gonna attack this guy. It's gonna take 3 minutes and 26 seconds. They can see, you can see your neighbors, what if they are training their troops, if they are marching to a specific terrain, if they occupy cities, and all this sort of things. If someone sends troops marching a long time to the faraway terrain, and someone who is much closer to that city or that terrain takes it, that guy will waste a lot of time on marching. This kind of situation will make the game more complex. The players have to use their strategic mind to survive and expand, guys. As I did, I expanded a lot. I'm trying to take territories which offer me more resources. This is a good strategy because I can build more buildings and I can make my units better. So every player will find their own values in the grand war. You know, in the beginning it was pretty hard because I had to take territories which only gave me 35 wood per hour, 35 stone, 35 iron. I was pretty good located on the map because it's not very crowded around here. There is still terrain that I can capture, and I'm pretty much stranded from my allies. Many of them are far away from me, but now, guys, I'm slowly building up. I'm having my my city, my government hall at level 7. One more level and I will be king. But of course I'm gonna need a lot more resources for that and a lot more time to get there. In the meantime, I'll make other upgrades to the barracks, to the reserve barracks, to everything that I can do to increase the number of units I can have and eventually to rule over whatever can be ruled around here. Again, guys, this is the map. Pretty tough place, filled with war. Thank you for watching, guys, and make sure to check out the game. You have the link to the iOS app and the link to the Android app in the description. I thank you for watching. Take care, and I look forward to see you on the field of battle. And I look forward to see you on the field of battle.